She said this guy. She says it's her godfather. She always frames him as, That's close, but it's not really though. But I just realized the other day, that's what the fuck was going on. There was always an element missing as to where this girl made money, how she was living lavish, and she always had this godfather, and it didn't make any sense. Then finally the other day I realized, this is the guy. This is the godfather, this is the bank account. That's the guy.
Remember in fucking Pretty Women? When he says something, it's always my uncle. Yeah. And he goes, don't worry about my uncle's in there. Then I can just see it. It just makes sense. That's what I told you. Not a real family.
I know, but you can equate it with the word, right?
That's my uncle.
That's his stepfather. You're saying like this is my boss or something.
When I was fucking 20, when I was 19, I'm not looking around. The seven husband. Never forget this, even like, maybe because at that time I was such a fucking whore. But I'll never forget 1980 fucking 3 in Aspen, Colorado, walking around that summer, eating like a sandwich outside one day on the park bench and going, if I was 21 and I was blonde and I was hot, I mean, banging out, and I had clips, like, I knew what a fork was, and I knew,
I knew different, like, Kevin's a strong.
I would come up here, man, and fucking, from November to April, work out here with 10 G's a week, because I know Texans, when I used to work at the Crestwood Hotel, Texans would come in, bro, and believe me or not, they'd come in with their families. Like, your wife, 3 fucking kids, 3 little fucking morons. And the first thing you know is you go to the fucking center. Like most people like me, you and whatever his fucking name is, Dino will go, hey man, I need new skis. Hey man, I need a new jacket. We get my dog with springs. Because that's the whole, right? Everything is shitty idiots that buy shit. Then when you go to snow, it's a ski ass, but only you're a moron.
It's just what it drove it up there.
Buy shit 100%. Yeah, it's like fucking, you're paying out the ass. Let me tell you something. Guy, money, oil guys from Texas would come. You get them and you drive them. You pick them up. The airport drive, like, no, it's time for we're going to come right here. They did this every bro. You came around to Sport County, you waited. The guy would give his fucking wife a fucking black, whatever the highest express card. He would go to a bar and take you in there with one of them, and you ain't gonna have a drink. In those days, I used to drink, guys, because Texans come up there. Yeah. And we would go into like a fucking John Depp Texas bar at the time and have a drink while his wife was across the way at Sport County. And he'd have 2 equal to my drink, he'd have 5. And then he'd go over, I'd go back to the van, he'd go over and spend, I mean, from socks. The salesmen, they're fucking the best. They sell you everything.
Yeah.
And these Texans would come and go, give me the best of the best.
Yeah.
You know, we don't wear it all. $1,000 goggles.
Yeah.
$40,000, Lee, in fucking equipment. You drive it back, or they fix it for you. They come back up. Just for fucking day. The kids are the only ones that really ski, because mom and dad, and they're fucking. Guess what happens? When you leave the shit. They go leave the shit.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
We're talking skis made out of bone. Slave femurs, bro.
Fucking tell me. They were, because those bellmen, the reason why those people work at that hotel, like when I was working in 1983, when I was working at the Crestwood in 1984, 60% of the people in that hotel lived off of the tips in the winter. And fucking what people left in their rooms. Theo Vaughn goes to it's a fucking HBO special, it has a TV show. What kind of gonna pay 20 quid, like 20,000, light yourself on fire? Yeah, it's 20,000. Just light your pussy is on fire. You like the premiere of the show. Yeah, quickly light the pussy is on fire. We tape it. You know what? He's gonna drop up there. He's gonna buy shirts and shit, and he's gonna buy 20 bottles of fucking the best vodka. When he has a drink, stays in the room. What do you do, Lee? You're making $8 an hour. You walk into a room, and there's 3 bottles of Dom Perignon and 6 bottles of tequila unopened. That's how you made your money in those days. You know these fucking ski boots and skis? I got given to me at that hotel. And I don't give it to people. Like, I would give them away like roadside boots. You were 8. There you go, Joey. These are $600 boots. I bought them right out of church. You know, they did that every fucking year. So wait, and did these people come, leave it, and come back next year and do it again? Yeah, do it again. Oh no, what are they gonna do? Bring it home? No, wait. Fully dead dinosaurs. So rent an apartment there and leave the skis in there. They got Lee, you think I'm gonna fucking leave an airport and drop the shit over a fucking you text him like, no, to my house. And I'm laughing those texts. I remember one guy opening up a briefcase day in front of me. The Texan came in and he wanted money or something, put away like jewelry in the safe. He gave like jewelry in his briefcase. He had one of the fucking drug dealers white fucking complete. But when he came to Colorado, he really Colorado because he knew he was going to. That's a hot sauce. Yummy. Somebody just clean up their ass. Tell them when you get there. We should do that. When we get there, tell them when we get there. You find anything good? You know, just $40. Questions asked. Crazy one. You see the amount of money some people have. You never know. You went that age. Like when I left up there. I was like, if I was hot, nobody knew me. I came out here from Jersey. Kept it light, bro. Real light, you know. But an aberrant mattered. Chill, lived down Valley. Got myself an Uber Valley. Some soft signal where the fucking bully me. Piece of the urge make believe in a bodyguard dropped you off. Yeah. And then, bro, as a young girl, if you're getting a nickel a fucking nut job, and you're getting 2 nut jobs a night, 3 nights a week, you do nut jobs a week, it's $1,000. And some of those Texans will come up and say, you know what, little girl, now go fuck my son, here's $2,500, go fuck my son. You go home, you disconnect the fucking service. Yeah. Playing with different color hair. They're slick. Those chicks are slick, bro. And they're masters, because after a while, they're just work, they're employed, they're just business women. They learn how to become a man. Like last night, there was a shooting at a club, little fucking town. We used to do comedy here in California. I mean, it was insult nobody. Yeah. But it's true, those little fucking R&B towns where they have that one club deluxe, and the neighborhood drug dealers VIP, and when he comes in, crazy. And they don't know that this guy's a scab off of fucking society's ass. He's not even nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least if he was the real kingpin, he didn't do his or yeah, he's just set and shit. Yeah, but he's fucking semen or something, you know. He's so cool. He walks in, looks like that. It's so weird out. You know, when you walk into like a strip club, you know the girls that are.
Yo, can you hear me, Ito?
They brought in like this.
He does good fuck yourself.
Brought into it. And then there's certain girls that are fucking professional. But there's a girl that when you see her walk in there, she usually strolls in there. She's got a clipboard. She works you. She'll let you fucking stick 4 fingers up her knuckle on the asshole. But I'll tell you what. You don't leave there with your pocket sucked out. You don't leave there, you go, man, she was hot. But I did what? For how much? What am I, a fucking idiot? That means I got a talent, Jack. That's a talent. I don't have a talent. I can't
the same shit, man. We're doing with our emotions, though.
And I did the same shit as a criminal. There's a couple people Ari hangs out with that this broad Ari hangs out with, not date wise, but they're friends. She sells her underwears, her socks. She makes a living.
Yeah.
Or selling her bras, her underwear. Somebody takes her bra and snips her fucking bra.
Some dude, bro, or even a woman or a kid.
I don't, you cannot get mad at a woman for doing that.
Yeah. Dude, I used to have this dude in college named Gnome, right? Everybody called him Gnome, this dude. He was like little, but he wasn't like a little person, you know? He was just outside of that, you know? It's like a fucking, even a lifeguard at like a midget-only pool. But also, where you had to also be little to work at the place. So, like, he was just, like, above, and he, anytime he'd hook up with a chick, he would wear their underwear around his neck, his thing, right? And he'd do that all summer. By the end of summer, this dude would be running around looking like a fucking, like he just robbed a bank in the Wild West. He'd have, like, 9 pairs of fucking women's underwear around his neck, you know?
He wouldn't take them off?
Summer. Now, in the winter, he was free his neck. He was natural in the winter. But fucking Joey Pizzas over here. Joey's fucking customizing all the songs here on this new app he got. But dude, I didn't get to the story. So what happened was,
I'm pretty sorry to interrupt. Just a buddy of mine wanted to know when I was landing in Omaha, and I kept on even booking me.
yeah, not tonight, bro.
No.
But
Jesus Christ. You see how I live. I have friends that don't stop. About a week ago, I had this different. Be a friend. I'm talking. When I'm in the seminary, we played basketball. I'm with him and his brother.
yeah,
Be a friend. He calls me. I go, hey man, I does something with web pages. With YouTube pages. Like that's what he does. So him and his partner will get YouTube page. And next thing you're making $3. Next thing you're making $300,000 to teach 2 kids. You can see it. That's what they do.
right.
I said, I'll tell you something. Give me a call. I'm going to hook him up with Lee, baby. Yeah, no worries. 9 in the morning. You know, at 12 o'clock, I go to jiu-jitsu, and that's when the phone starts ringing. I can sit there with 2 10 fingers up my ass waiting for people to call me. I get out of jiu-jitsu, I look when they call, everybody starts calling at 11:57. I had missed calls from 11:57 on. Sure enough, I get the call. And then I look, and 30 minutes later, the father calls me.
Yeah.
Do you know that motherfucker called me? 45 minutes. The rest of the day, I just didn't fucking answer the phone because I knew if I answered the phone, I was going to go with him.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So he stopped at some point. Maybe at 2 in the morning, he stopped. LA time. 2 in the morning, New Jersey time. I get up the next morning. And who the fuck do you think fucking calls me at 9:01? And I forgot all about the day before.
Yeah.
Like I was involved in my day, and I looked at the phone, and I just swung, and I go, hey, do me a favor. You can time. This is a business phone. Don't ever fucking call me once in 1 fucking day. And I just hung up on him, and I haven't heard from him since. Because don't get it. If you're calling 7:30 at 9 a.m., what the fuck do you think I'm doing there? I may be on Twitter, but my 4.5-year-old is on the floor with that painting asking me fucking questions. Pick up the phone. You're not gonna like the conversation you're about to fucking hear. Yeah. So I don't pick up the phone. Out of respect out of my peeps. Out of respect out of my peeps, I don't pick up the fucking phone.
Yeah.
Because she's right there. And I'm with her on the couch watching fucking whatever. I get the phone on my there. You have no idea what decency is. You will look. You ever see the look De Niro gives Val Kilmer? The look that Val Kilmer gives that retard heat at the diner. You fucked around in my house, sit on the couch while she's watching cartoons. And I dare your phone to ring. And God forbid your ring is on, okay? If your ringer is on, she will give you a fucking look. Like, are you fucking retarded? Turn that shit off. Yeah, I was at Denny's sitting next to her, and she was playing with her fucking a shoe fell. Shoe was gonna pull off. I fucking knew it. So I go, sit off over here and don't move. So I go outside, there's the shoe in the middle of the fucking driveway. A car drove over it. Poor Barbie's shoe's all fucked up. Now I gotta bring it in and sell it to her. I gotta put it back on the foot. The shoe was so fucked up, Barbie was limping. So we're sitting there minding our own business, and who walks in out of all the seats? Now the doors, they got me waiting there because my wife went back to the fucking car to the house because she forgot to tell CeeLo. I would, if CeeLo walked, if I at that fucking Denny's, I saw. Oh, what's his name in there? I don't think so. You with me when we saw.
Was it got the break? Oh, Tim,
I goes there all the time. That's a swinging Denny's over there.
yeah.
I just don't go in there at night because that's your boy they get shot. That's what happens. You go to a Denny's, you might as well go to a Vegas to a country concert, bro. When you go to Denny's after 10 nowadays, you might as well sign up for the next country fucking concert. And fucking whatever, stand real close to the window. Wave this time.
Dude, this a lot of time. This bit about Denny's, how much I hated Denny's, right? I would say, dude, some comments, he goes, man, he puts a link to a YouTube clip. He goes, man, my dad actually got shot. Somebody walked him and shot everybody in the place. One star. He goes, but I still love this bit. You know, I am joking about it. He said it happened. He lost his father right next to a fucking grill, bro. Right next to a griddle. You know what? You got, you know, two brothers back there fucking swiping with spatulas, hopped up on fucking they're gonna lose their job. The fucking guy sitting in the bar. You know? Unbelievable. That's God, dude. That kid came and he was just positive.
Went to Denny's on a fucking Sunday after a podcast. We were having a good time, but the whole time I was like, squat under the bush by that window. Because the window's on Burbank Boulevard. I want to be a crip. All right, shoot up at Denny's. I'm sitting there having a salad and something with my friend here. And Becky's sitting counterclockwise with a 10-planet with a chef hat on. I'm like, Josh,
that shouldn't be in my brain already. I'm scared to make a You would look good in this shirt.
you don't think I'm fucking scared? You see me, how many nights we leave here dying of hunger, you and I? 1 in the morning, sometimes me and him, he's cross-eyed.
Yeah.
Just jiggle my ball. See how confusing for 10 minutes. He was fused. I got this with balls. I wash my hands. I got a hand job from a Chinese chick.
Dude, I remember this dude.
So who gives a fuck, really? Oh my God, this fart is tremendous. This is.
Bro, they had a guy used to tell us, right? He'd give you $30 just to tell you he'd been jerking off. This older dude. I remember when I was young. To say that, I'd be like, look, I'm gonna tell you something, all right? And he'd be like, all right. And he'd say, I've been jerking off. Give me $30. No, it's $30 to keep quiet. We were children, but he would be saying it to us.
Oh, he knew?
Yeah. I'm not paying him for him to tell me that shit. Fuck, I assumed that when I met him. But here was the thing, though. I never even got to this dude. Was that my sister one time, we lived together for a while, right? And this is probably about 8 years ago. The dancer that worked with her came over to our place, right? Stole our vacuum. She was on these Klonopins and everything, and then she got all fucked. You know, warm under the skin one night on our vacuum. You know? As you do. I wasn't there when she stole it, but literally, I could picture her probably trying to put it in her fucking purse. You know, like the stick end in the purse of the fucking huge vacuum hanging out, right? Dude, fast forward. Year and a half, right? I'm not even gonna live with my sister anymore. I'm in New Orleans for a bachelorette party. They got a big money deal, right? They wheel in one of those cakes where the women pop out, like the fake cake, and they pop out and they dance, right? You know, one of the pops out is the fucking bitch that stole my vacuum, bro, right? Yeah.
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh, everybody else is tipping these bitches and fucking, shaking both of their ass cheeks at the same time, with each hand, like they're, like doing it really fast. Yeah. And here I am in the background, and all I can think is that bitch stole my fucking vacuum. Bro, I had half of a nerve to just what are you so pissed, bro? What did you do when you saw him? Huh? What did you do when she acted like she didn't know? Steal vacuums is what you see. Man, like you don't fucking remember. Like I'm not gonna remember. I wasn't on Collins. I wasn't on Somans, How do you get way on the vacuum?
Small 15. What if it goes kaput? After they go down, my mom gonna take it out of your mom. You gotta be a technician. You gotta unplug it, or the vacuum will suck your fingers in. So, what kind of fucking got a great fucking cute? My mom could take the thing. We had a Kirby. When I was a kid, they had like these vacuums you could buy.
Yeah.
My mom was such a fucking spink. She was such a pump in the round. She bought a vacuum. Like, let's say a vacuum in those days, like a top vacuum cost $14.95, like in the set. Well, mind you, was 73. Once we moved back to the Kirby vacuum too. Kick on the Kirby vacuum. One is something that I still remember being a kid. And the dog went over to the house. And my mom and her girlfriend, how much? Oh, no. What did I get? If a regular vacuum cost $50 in those days, this was a yardstick. Put on the thing there. Like, this was like, when it came to my house. In those days, if you walked into like the James Bond now, one of the coolest toys of the 70s was you got a briefcase.
Yeah.
Okay, this briefcase, like, it was this briefcase as a child. Okay, that's like, I don't even know what it was. I don't know somebody get the price. Briefcase, it's always a plastic briefcase. It wanted to be a secret agent. And they couldn't say 007 on it. You ready to leave? And on the suitcase, the cool thing about the suitcase is that they had right, so you could press the plastic board come out and shoot because in there was a gun with a silencer and the engine. It was only for 10-year-olds.
Yeah. Oh, children.
You want to be an asshole?
Yeah. I thought this is so.
Motherfucker. You would have the same gun. I was a bank robber. And then came my handcuffs on rope. Like all secret agent shit.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I'm glad.
Yeah, so when my mom showed me when this guy came over, what was so cool about Kirby vacuum cleaners at the time was that it came in a fucking box and it came, see how all those utensils, like all those right there for the 429.
Yeah.
That fucking vacuum had a wheel that you opened up. Everything was neat, nice and neat. So we had a Kirby vacuum growing up. Nice. It was nice. Your house was always clean. You had all the brushes, all the things, the furniture. See the belts? Who the fuck did you think you got? You think you fucking...
That's the let's do the fucking barrel.
That's what happened. The Kirby vacuum should be getting all these where these prices up the fucking homeless and the sharks.
Water for the blind and shit. I have water for the fixer.
No, it's something. Listen, with the big brain, it's just don't. You take off the grill, you take it off the loop, okay? And then you take the envelope snap. It's like go ahead and cut it with a scissor. It just snaps. It just push one rope. Then you take that, you loop it on something, you loop it back with it, you close the vacuum. So I can't believe that they still never tell you about Derby vacuum is because fucking shit. That's the background.
I remember that appliances used to just be so vacuum you could ride on the fucking. As you were a little kid, you could sit on every mom was pushing to ride, or like it was like a piece of fucking metal.
I love vacuums. To this day, I vacuum it down. I love
There's something soothing about it.
something about vacuum. I don't like what it's doing. Like my wife, she's part of the fucking technology world. So we got a vacuum.
Take it by itself.
No,
I think it's a piece of shit.
the fucking vacuum's got 1,000 things I'm scared to fucking touch it. And she's got to run clean because the cat's everywhere. So we gotta have a fucking rug cleaner. Bro, help her clean the rugs. Just people street. Just us walking around with sneakers. Can you imagine? Your house is filthy. It's filthy. If you don't mop it without hot water every week, you don't lay down on shit. We try to sell so much stuff. It's not us. It's not us. It's when we walk to our cars. And we step on. You walk in and out of your house every day. Like the other day, you have a wall that you turn on the fucking, your finger always hits like that. There's always your fingers. Even though you wash your hands,
Piece of emotion.
not like that on walls. What's the matter? That's cool.
I don't see a light fixture. Think about a light fixture. Think about everybody saying muffin pieces of little pieces of girls. Seam, definitely seam. If you want fucking seam all over their house, bro. I worked in restaurants, so they make you go through like training for that stuff. Yeah. I remember somewhere, and you get a soda lid. I never grabbed the one on top. I always go in. I never grabbed the first straw. Like, I hate straws. I hate places that have just loose straws. I don't know what's plastic around them. I won't go there. So I take one of the paper old school. You should fill that paper. Yeah, I don't like that. I remember I was talking about this earlier. The can, like when the Halloween,
We didn't have it. It's for that.
Dude, we had, they didn't have the individually wrapped candies. I remember this one house we went to, and their grandfather had died. His grandfather died on Halloween and left him out on a porch for the night, bro. How fucking awesome is that, right? Knowing that he's dead anyway, right? But sometimes these houses would have, and people think even the decoration or something, people don't even just being scared of resting. But this is when he died. That's when he left the earth. There's a time when you would get, for this one house, the candy was all choked in the bowl. Like, they weren't all individual candies. You know what I'm saying? I remember going over mints in there, and they would all, and one person would just get the whole fucking rock of mint, you know? So you're running around with like 300 mints under one chunk. You know?
She came home with some candy. She came home with some, I'll tell you something. Like, 3 or 4 people gave her bottles of water. She throws them back in the fucking can. Word of a child. One shit that I rated that day. The first night Friday night when I got home, I got stoned by this thing. And I started eating a little licorice. She like 3 of them in there. I ate them, and the next day she was pissed.
Yeah, do you look through it? Like, when I was growing up, my mom would look through it.
No, we went to the houses. First off, we went to the church. And we went to the church, and they had what they call trunk or treat. And people blew their cars in back there. People with the school, the parents.
Some kids can't even go.
Some kids, whatever. What's going to happen is we hide her. She's got to make fun of me. She don't get out until 5:30. We'll bring her home. By the time we get home, we'll find out money.
We were late.
Yeah, we'll be on the way. We're gonna fucking bring her home for wants to pick kids up. She's last year she scored the Lamy Daddy pie. We had to run that out now last year. Because she just took over fucking kids. It's like she was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Can't be able to get
Get the fuck out of here. Last night she told my wife, treat at the church. My wife said, I'm trying to lounge. Like, what the next let's go home.
But yeah, they got they used to have
I mean, the sweetheart, beautiful fucking young kid.
That's it. So that is a statement of Rabbi
They had
Rothschild.
three sisters, all of them. Like each one. The second oldest one went to dance, but this was the thing. She danced too much. Like, but the police was out. Like, you know, you'd be at the fucking liquor store and wait for somebody to buy you booze. And somebody would come up to you, oh, you guys doing it? Let's go down there. Dance. And Tina was just fucking so unfeeling. My heart fucking stopped. And then next I heard that he had that by a fucking hair and shit. That was
I mean, look, I don't think I was stoked about it, for sure.
right. We're jumping up and down.
But look, I know the childhood that we had, you know, and I know I got very little connection, like, with any, I didn't have any guidance or connection, so I know she got even less than that. You know, the youngest kid in our family, so, and I didn't feel like I knew her well enough or had enough, you know, emotional connection with her to, she wasn't gonna listen to me, you know. So, and what am I gonna, you know, like, so all I could do was just be supportive, you know, tell her to make sure she wore a seatbelt when she drove, make sure she was, you know, walking with people in and out of these clubs. And also, my sister was a smart, she wasn't a fucking putz, you know. She was a smart girl. She still is a smart girl.
I wonder what you can make as a fucking.
She bought a house. I mean, she bought a beautiful house out in Arizona. Like,
That's a proof of the pudding. Because if you're fucking smart, and then they get to be fucking. Like when I lived in Seattle, my girlfriend was a fucking half a stripper. She had the money. I mean, she's as dumb as a box of rocks. She's a millionaire today. She had to marry a kid who was 80. He died. The whole fucking deal.
fucking nice guy, nutrient.
Nice guy. You know, but let me tell you. Man, not to admit, 95 to 97, that girl supported me. She was making it right. And I couldn't help her. No, how did you make this extra 200 for this? It's none of my fucking business. You know, it's none of my fucking business, but I went all out. People make jokes about strippers and food and me. I got the utmost respect for them because it's a deep game.
Well, look, I mean,
It's a deep fucking game, dog.
half of a, what is a minotaur or a centaur? What's one that have an animal for the half lower body?
Legs on thighs on thighs.
Yeah, I mean, it's real. Look like a centaur, you know? But she still, she was, I swear to God, she had the strongest fucking, she had thighs for cash. She had thighs up top and then also double, you know, like just built like a damn fucking, you know, like a small squatch, just like fucking short fucking legs, you know? All stomach, hardly any legs. But I'll tell you this, dude. I noticed that comedians are often in, we fall in a lot of the same circles as like porn stars, exotic dancers, because there's some similarities here.
There's similarities that some way we feel, sure.
somewhere. Yeah, but you need some type of a meeting. Like I sit here sometimes and I hear, but many nights I've sat there and said, why did I become a comedian? I mean, I needed attention when I was a kid. My mom was on my ass when I was a kid. Yeah, but on your ass and making you feel love are two different things. No, but it was the same thing. Like I sat there and, you know, fucking, no, she was always, no, that's one thing, the love of a father, right? You know, so maybe that sparked it there. But I mean, do you think that maybe she was loving for the first thing? You were 13, 15, 13. So maybe if she had lived, you wouldn't have been a comedian. So maybe from the love that you lost. I always loved, before when I was a kid, I was kind of a musician. And then as I got older, I did karate. But my specialty was the forms. And I was really good at doing forms and putting together stupid moves and shit. And then there, stand-up comedy, I became whatever the fuck I ended up with. I took different elements of that childhood and became a stand-up comic. Do I drive a fancy car? Do I fucking jump up and down and jiggle for love at this point in my life? You know me a long time, bro. I got my own views. I live my own fucking life. I don't give a fuck about what, directors and producers think. Before you came here, you're a fucking man. And you gotta leave here a fucking man. If you become what they want you to become, those are the fucking people that should have came here. That never should have been here. Yeah, those stories I told I was on stage. I told the guy to go fuck himself on the set of this fucking Highline commercial. Like I shot this Arby's. What is it again? Are you sure what we're saying? No, what's it again? Hardee's. Well, I love Hardee's, bro. So they put us at the Hardee's. I know, called Julius so many years ago, bro. I shot 3 national commercials, 3 weeks in a row. Like in my 20 years, we had like 10 commercials. But then in 2000, 1 of those years, I booked a fucking 3 national split. Wow, something is, which was fucking money. Yeah, because they pay for both companies and they make the ads together. You have no fucking idea. Dude, I did a shitty ad commercial one time. I made $25,000 over 3 years. Bro, I'm crazy. I mean, people stand in front of a cup with 7-Eleven. $25,000 over 3 years is a gift. Oh, it was cool. I couldn't imagine. I thought it was going to be $600. Yeah, I could never imagine over that time. Oh yeah, they give you totally free, stop the shit. Get your headshots, look at that guy. One for commercial, Jesus Christ. Kids and snacks. Anything that people eat, jump up and down, dance with a jersey on. You want to eat how you leave us. I'm the looking motherfucker. Yeah, you can be your friend that's sitting on there behind the fucking dog. Like nothing was doing, or fucking sitting there with some pussy on your leg. I love that. That was great. Somebody told me, somebody said, stop going after the actual and just focus on the commercial. I was like, you know what? I think it's time, bro. You really got to get commercial age, I guess. Because I'm going to book a mafia commercial or a chef or a pizza guy or a garbage man. If you're not in the game, you're never going to play. Yeah, I signed with a check and wait till I get paperwork. They got to put my bank account information on there. I go, what do you need my bank account information for? She goes, well, we have to get that. You got to take that off the contract. Papa just gives you a name and a headshot. Go to work, bitch. And they'll worry about fucking bank information, social security number, suck my dick. I give you a credit report, bitch. Fucking people, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the these people. What's Tony Bennett, that second? You fucking people, let me see your fucking credit report. Let me see your fucking credit report. So if anything, okay. Fucking balls on people. Wanna be around.
My asshole would sink the whole candle factory. Well, this is chicken florentine that my wife made for me.
It's soft to do. Oh, that booty. Yeah, man, I've been eating some plants recently, so I mean, you've been having ass, man. Farted the other day and forgot I had farted. So I'm giving a piss when I die. Probably, and looking at horses.
They just made you fertile. You're clean, you're soft, you're good. Give it a dog and a sugar special. What do you want to do?
I think we're going to do more showtime. We'll see.
If not, listen. He's not out like that. So, what's his name? He sold a bunch of us. And you know what? You give me some money. It's only a couple of times. I gave me to the airline and crowd and blown up my house. And you know, it doesn't matter. Material's the material. Get the money out from the back door. And you know what? This whole puts me anyway. How many people ever get to that? How many people have showtime? Let's take a fucking vote.
Yeah.
You know, since we're taking showtime, you say yourself for showtime. Fuck it. You know what? Let me go. Put a fucking out. I don't know if you hang like Kate's ass on fire. Yeah. You and your buddies at the college to walk and down. They were all in town. People were that and a fucking CD. And guess what? You're the Captain Kirk of the Enterprise. And you're running because you know these people are listening to you work and laugh their ass off. Yeah. Well, they're going to tap into Showtime Go. And all
Yeah, I agree.
you're making them go to places they hate that. And you know what? They love you to death for that. He went to Showtime. Fuck you. Yeah. I go to somebody who's on like $250 and 52 cents. I can listen to it work and giggle.
What about the video? Can we also put the video on it?
Yeah, absolutely. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But the video, I'd rather you control.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Well, I paid the Gino. Let them get the video and pay another number. And let them get a Gino and let them get the video and behind the scenes with Lee and us. Smoking reefer, you going home and showing your father's grave and you bowing. Let's go show me the camp for your sister stripped the first time. Let's go see what they're doing to the ceiling there. The bunch of servers. See my pics. Like my pussy, like my titties, man.
What was some of your Halloween costumes you guys? No, I don't know, man.
Was probably Batman. A Boy Scout couldn't even be next to me because in those days you were flammable as fuck. When I was a kid, people used to light on fire. I was no fucking reason, bro. You go to school on a Tuesday, the next day they come out with bandages and a jar full of Vaseline and no eyebrows. What I say you?
Letting people on fire?
No.
Just a wild night, dude.
Listen, if a car was driving, okay?
People don't fun anything about
Oh, because they did by those suits. They were made by some.
Kerosene, I like it.
This shit will blow up. So let's you and me, you, Theo, we got a couple idiots with 10. We're walking across the street with our little fucking this people in the box. And they can't go on top of the fucking
mask would cut your fucking
yeah, the mask would cut your suit. You would go to live. Mom gave me that suit. She signed up for the Liberty Nations. Because, let me put it this way. Across the street, you got that thing that goes like this. You know, right? So that from, and by mistake, it's like a thing that 1966 Chevelle. If it backfires, you're going to say,
They had some textiles going on over there.
I wish I was lying.
Kerosene in the cloth.
Yeah, you were burning. Every Christmas you see the kids, one of them like a flat suit, a Batman, that gets like going to school. Yeah. Somewhere along the line, those poor bastards were fucking
Those Chevy Blazers always do a fire off to at the end. You know, we used to get out and run back in the back of the car and it would go off and he would have to get shot him when he fall on the ground. Because a lot of his cars are backfired. And they had a lot of clothing back in our area. Somebody was making bad clothing and kerosene in it. And kids were fucking getting adults too. A lot of adult men were smoking.
Fucking hilarious. I forgot all about those fucking
the boxes. I forgot about the box.
They had all different sizes, all different colors. And they would go up, take your chance Halloween. Make it a real Halloween. Make it a real Halloween. That's the way the end is. People want to get scared. You want to be Halloween? Shove a dick in your ass and get a mirror in front of your face. You look at your reflection of your mouth. Open, you'll be scared.
How is that around more than 1 year?
You went to states where they endorse fucking, what do you call those people? Flammable people.
Yeah.
They endorse like you took your
They had a girl in our neighborhood, dude. She put that mask on and her head was so big, it would like smash her face into like a shape of like a cookie, right? And it would take 3 days, even after she took the mask off, it would take like 3 days for her fucking face to go back to
fucking pass.
Mickey Rooney, dude. This girl looked like fucking Mickey Rooney, bro.
I told you when I was growing up, people lived their life with you. Those little half effects were those kids that had the fucking Batman suits and shit. The kids that just like I put a sheet on my head 1 year. Whatever, everybody's a fucking ghost. I'm a loser. 1 year I was a garbage man. 1 year I was a fucking bullshit. I'm a fucking student. I put it again. You put a sheet over here, put a fucking hanger around your neck. Like a fucking moron.
Yeah, like an Italian nut.
Yeah, so that's what, so that was the fucking story. I dressed up. I thought I got dressed up fucking 4 years.
Yeah, that was
big Halloween. That dress little shit scares me. Yeah, this week scares the shit out of me. And Wednesday's the end of those.
I went this weekend to Hollywood River Cemetery.
Yeah, you people do it the right way. You go up there, you think somebody's going to come out with a new mask on. I go deep into the voodoo world.
Yeah.
I go deep. I light candles. I put a cigar out. I'll probably put some Cuban food out. These fucking spirits this week. Crazy. I got some kiddies on there. I got to go for some braille. I got some Irish people. I got to put a shot of whiskey out. I got the old place. I had the fucking altar. Fucking you know, I know what it is. I got Balzano, Dominic Special. I got fucking Jesus, my mother, my father, my godmother. I got Zoraida, my stepfather. He can burn in hell. I don't give a fuck about him. Come on, dude. I don't toast him for dick anymore. I used to toast him. You can just toast so many people, you know what I'm saying? I got people dying left and right. I gotta get a picture around for you, put like a fucking jalapeno popper. Out of respect for that fucking cocksucker like me here with these fucking Gentiles. God, oh, I had a rough time. Yeah, night's podcast, because he showed up to the office the other night, Wednesday night. Yeah, so you heard him. We heard the one go up. I'm talking about, you know, okay, what's that link? Look how long ago it was by that company that you get a magazine, Sharper and Sharper.
Oh, yeah.
My house in a box. I didn't even know what the fuck it was. I got this mail. She was Ralphie 17. It's an iPod charger. I still got the, I'm so old school. I still got that iPod. I brought that here because the speakers are sensational. And right as we're talking about it, you felt like a little breeze. And all of a sudden, I could feel, I could just remember that we was just there 3 fucking weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, sitting there. And the fucking Mexican fruit guy came in, and Ralphie always would go, pick a papaya. For years, Ralphie's been saying that shit when I was playing that.
First of all, everything he said is exactly how I went down. But also, we're here every night. That sound is never here.
Wow.
It's always
we came by and say goodbye. That's reality. Yes. They stick around, but they just don't go into fucking the next language. They want to see your friends all the time and touch you. And listen, Brian, a friend, Jimmy Burke, touches Peter.
I can get the call from you on that. Things like comes what's happening, I can tell in his voice he was done. He had fought with the wrestle with cancer over years. I forget getting the call that Sunday saying he died Sunday morning and fucking he was saying goodbye, man. We're talking about Bob's handle died. I missed his call. When I called him back, he was dead. Wow.
Understand the interesting part about that.
A day later, the ringing calls, he goes, yeah, your phone. Just called him. You must have just gone through that and died of a heart attack. They call you to say goodbye. And when he says goodbye, believe it or not, they don't say goodbye in their own way. And if you talk to people who've had somebody die recently, in 30 days, they give you a signal before they leave just to let you know that they got you back. It's the weirdest thing about life.
Yeah, I believe that, man.
They'll give you, I know it sounds crazy, I'm talking about flat earth or whatever, I'm talking about the spiritual world. I was raised in it, so I get it. I believe that my dad opened up a lot of doors for me and closed a lot of doors. I was there a lot of nights, man, when I had a lot of choices to run. And I always made the right choice. And I wouldn't be in this fucking chair. Something makes you make the right choice. Something, everything in life sometimes, you ever watch that voice, the movie The Shining? Yeah, The Shining, when Scatman Brothers talks to a little boy and he explains to him that everybody hears that voice. That card's called, you don't remember that?
I don't remember that part. I gotta go watch it again. I only seen it one time because that's saying the show.
The Shining, Scatman talks to a little boy. And you'll see your feet. Johnny, so when you went back traveling the place, you're gonna be one of the next fucking top fucking comics in this country, and I tell you this is your older brother, and I got no jealousy, I push you off. You stay on the right track till you age, then push you out from always in TV. Yeah, stop fucking around. If you wanna be a host, go somewhere, go to Germany, and host Nazi videos and make real money.
I appreciate it, man. You always show support of your fucking agents.
You're doing your little acting resume. Yeah. You're gonna stay on the road. Day and night, so you might as well take a gamble, paycheck from the acting. You know what am I doing this, Uncle Joey? Because they might like you, and they might use you 6 times this winter. It's not a lot of money, but now you build the credibility. And next year, NBC thinks of you for this new fireman show. They're looking for a handsome guy from the South, and bang, there you go, all jets and like that. So now when you shoot 10 episodes, you're gonna get rich. Not really, but you got comedy, you're building, you get your podcast, you got Twitter, you're very funny, you know what comes at you. Yeah. I know you're on the road. I hear people fucking walking on Thursday nights. I see you at the store, you put it on the top, you ever saw this digital?
Yeah,
No, you didn't. We don't tell you go find what's the scary shit.
Is there a CDO? Yeah, it is. It's with his haircut.
So I will say this is fascinating. You are one of those guys that perhaps Torres is not subject to, right? Why is Torres not subject to because it never changes form. So I will say, think about it. When does it apply? Then I can have a case of sacrificial. Listen, what happens if you overnight? What happens?
My grandmother and I had old conversations entirely without ever that
only applies to things
which called it shiny.
Torres.
And for a long time, I thought it was just the two of us that had the shiny nose. Like you brother, don't you know it would. But they are the folks. The woman, they don't know it, but don't lead it.
That's the first one I know.
No, he knows what the fuck he's saying, because nobody talks about you like that.
So I will say, so this is fascinating. Just understand. Let's just figure that perhaps the only doubt is that Nicolas does have this facility. Why isn't that subject to Lena. It's not subject to Lena because appears when you left overnight. But what's the but? Once the Taurus has been put in charts, it is subject to Lena. Right? It is subject because that's what we said before. Anything that comes into a chart is a subject to Lena. Why is the Taurus subject to Lena in a chart? Why? Because you're afraid that if you don't make it subject to Lena, you'll confuse with other things that go into a charts. Just like we know, it's not subject to Lena.
When you were a kid, everybody has an imaginary friend. That friend is an ancestor talking to you, talking to the ancestor. You never know it. You don't even need to go on Ancestry.com. And as you grow up, you build your confidence, man. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I see my fucking 25. You see, I don't like those type of movies.
No, that's kind of
It makes you nervous.
yeah. That fucking music will make you nervous, and then it's fucking craziness. Yeah, I don't know.
Their race relations wasn't that good, even if you watched it. That's a great fucking movie. And that movie, that's a real movie because it scares the fuck out of without scaring the fuck out of you. That's a real director right there. That's a film that you don't watch generations of films scare you without scaring you. He doesn't fuck with you until the end. Who's it wrote that? I think obviously he actually became. He's the best. King is the writer. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? That's something. You're one of those crazy motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be New Year's Eve.
He knew it, man.
You're still open.
I got one set. Yeah, I got one. November 16th, 18th.
It's a fucking thing. You have to fly international.
Oh yeah.
Fucking look, I think you have to fly international connected. Yeah, that's why if you have to get a rental car, I don't know.
I might just get one in. I got family down there, so
yeah, I don't like dresses when I don't know where the fuck I'm going.
yeah, it's probably about a 3-hour drive. I guess I'm more than
I don't understand. Weird that that's so
I fucking Lexington got an airport.
I like Lexington. That club's great, right? They still got the leak in the ceiling over there.
That club is great. The fucking town is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a cool town. People think it's diverse, it's cool, it's hip.
Yeah, my wife been thinking about a lot of things. That's a lot.
There's just some horses out there.
I like the fucking sound, man. I still want to raise my daughter in some place where it's fucking
Good, man. I think Rocky was on at Nashville. Nashville's beautiful.
Ralph was definitely out to some
$4 to get you a beautiful place.
and you in and out of there. For a night now is our day that comes in dope butlers, one of them's naked. One of them sticks a finger in your ass, wipes your ass, you got a belly, you have a belly bag. When somebody comes in with a mask on, just wet face like a soldier. Have you seen this? The YouTube video. We put it up for you to just think and think like this. When you first saw it, he said, "They go, This is 29. Dog became a legend from smoking dope.
Oh, you're the fucking human pictorial, bro.
You are one of the funniest dudes around.
You're an angel.
I picked you from the fucking choir because I knew it. I looked at you, I knew you shy, the whole fucking deal. And I knew you just needed somebody to push you over the cliff.
You're changing growing up.
You was shy, right? And my buddy, my brother, Matt, oh my, having a hard time holding the pieces together. Dennis Hyde, my little brother and nephew, Bob Lingus, Nicky Campus Life, Mickey Chaps, Jose Alex, Nicky, Fat Chris Bojack, and Kaylee. You know I love you motherfuckers. Don't forget about Omaha, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And don't forget I told you this one. Don't forget 4 shows. Friday the 10th and Saturday the 11th. Don't fuck around. Anyway, you got any dates to promote, my brother? I'm dropping on these people. It's the church.
Got it, baby.
I want to see you, baby boy. Let's do this.
Fest, baby, at November 16th through the 19th at Santa Blanca, Huntsville, Alabama.
There you go. Right there. Support this. Let them know you're part of the church. Don't dose with these family. Maybe the AA book, give it to them. Guy on the line, the Eagles, what up? And then you're in.
And I'm in Calgary December 1st, and I got my podcast this past weekend that you can check out. When you're done checking out Joey.
For you comics that are struggling with any addiction, think about this young man. He took over, he banged the fucking stripper in a cab. He changed his life. He went to a friend, they went together, and look at me. 18 months, he looked fun. A lot of people think if I stop getting drunk, my friends will like me at the open mic. They get new fucking friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is it right here. And in the major leagues, if you're in a hard time, just think of this fucking savage. There's a handsome guy. If I look like him, I do every night. Oh, man. 1 April, every hour, 10 to 12. Drop it off in the fucking mail slot. You know what I'm saying? Hold on to the door. That'll make me that type of party. What else, dog? Anything else?
Man, I just love you. I love you. I appreciate you. I got a scoop too.
Look at this fucking girl. Look at this. Look at this Sunny Molly. We got plenty of answers. He just panicked. He's moving around. He's fetching it. Everything is
Thank you so much, man.
You know, I love you, motherfucker. Hold on.
Yeah, I sent it to Well, I appreciate the support. If you ever need anything from me, I'm here.
Come on, you fucking family. This is how we do it on the fucking church. On a beautiful Monday. This is how you start off a fucking Monday, people. You people gonna wake up today, you were feeling hoop-doop-de-doop. And on the weekend, listen, it's fucking hard work. What we signed up for. I'm working more hard before. They wanted to leave the door open. They wanted it was a fucking burglary. It was and really with 3 fucking hands. So, this poor bastard. He used to be out 7 nights a week in the Hollywood game when he was sober. He looks fucking great. He's always got a story for you. And that's the way we fucking do it here in the church. What's happening now? Get out of here. Let me read you something real quick. I'm going to tell you about I'm going to hold you up. There's a bunch of bedrooms. Anyway, like I told you in the beginning, there's not a lot of things I like and I believe in. Lee was on it. I was stuck doing for a long time. I think he just got another shot.
My dad does it every week.
You're single. You don't want a shot. You listen 4 days a week. You wait for 3 days a week.
comes to your house, right to your door, you take it out of the box, and there comes all the stuff you need to make the recipe. They give you a card with how to do it, and each meal, come on, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. You take a shower, bam, your meal is settled, you're ready to go. That's what Blue Apron's all about. Because you choose from a variety of new recipes each week, or you Blue Apron's culinary routine surprise you, repeated with the year, so you'll never, ever, ever get bored. Because customize your recipes each week, your preferences. So Blue Apron has several delivery options, so you can choose what fits your needs, commitment. So you only get deliveries when you want. Each meal comes in a step-by-step, easy-to-follow recipe card, proportion ingredients, and can be prepared in 40 minutes or less. Did you hear that? 40 minutes or less. Blue Apron's fresh discovery that every ingredient in your delivery arrives ready to cook. Sweet pepper chicken with bok choy, you know, this is your opportunity. You ready for this one? Black bean and cheese cream. You know to make that good though? Shrimp and pesto fettuccine with spinach. There's a 30 and a customer's favorite. Seared chicken, dipped farm vegetables, with butter, pan sauce. There you see. I'm not gonna have for dinner. Blue Apron. Here's what I'm gonna do for you with sandwiches. What do you think? I want to go Joey, because I'm from the other side. No, because I'm looking at today. I told you, check out this week's menu. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna get $30 off your first meal, and then come up to house. Free shipping. Free shipping. Check out the menu. You're gonna love those. They're gonna love to create meals with Blue Apron right now. You want to save money? BlueApron.com/. It's a better way to cook. BlueApron.com. Joe, I'm living like a doctor over here. Listen. Thanksgiving's coming. You've been single for a long time. You got a nice job. You got a little bit of credit. When your father 2000, you wait for him to punch a ticket anyway. You want to look good. You want to feel comfortable. That's why you gotta have me on these. Me on these. Makes feels that unleash your butt. Be proud to wear it. Don't be the most comfortable man in the way you have in the whole. And then check it out. Me on these. /Joey. From camouflages to polka dots, choose from both men and women. These will have the perfect fit for you. Now, you follow me? The MeUndies feeling is unmatched. Now, for a limited time only. Check out MeUndies first ever glow in the dark glow in the dark print, Joey. Let me get it. Glow in the dark print. Lights out. Why not update your underwear glow at the same time? Glow in the dark underwear, dark with the candle on. No, I'm talking about how MeUndies that old. And if underwear is your thing, MeUndies always in the world. Listen, like I told you a few years, I've been using MeUndies. Especially when I use jiu-jitsu, especially when I have short time. I want to gear myself so to correct the window. So what happens is you don't have no moisture down there. You don't smell like a really good. It draws away from everybody that everybody's at. Go to MeUndies. Give them a try. What I'm going to do for you is this. I'm going to get you 20% off the bestness of this underwear socks you'll ever own. Free shipping and 100% satisfaction. Your Uncle Joey. If
That's MeUndies.com. 20% off the best and softest underwear and socks you'll ever own. Free shipping and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Go to MeUndies.com/Joey. Stay black. Thank you very much to my man Theo Vaughn, whether to a spot at the comedy store. Thank you very much for you, Savage. I'll be back Wednesday. I've made up my mind. But if I don't talk to you, half motherfuckers. And I want to thank my main man, the main Christ giver of life, my little brother, always showing up and dropping down. His Uncle Joey. That's that. I want to thank one time. I want to thank MeUndies. I want to thank you motherfuckers for listening. If crime pays, blast motherfucking. I love you guys. Suckers. See you guys in Omaha, Nebraska. For the following week in Gotham.
At Granger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
My favorite time was when the power would go out. And we would all get around together, you know what I'm saying? When the power would be out at the house. That's what
It's the families, brother.
Welcome to Podcastville. The Church of What's Happening Now is brought to you by ZipRecruiter. Hiring every business needs great people, and the better way to find them is better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter knew there was a smarter way, so they built a platform that finds the right candidates for you. ZipRecruiter doesn't stop there. They even spotlight the strongest applications you receive, so you never miss a great match. Trust ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. Right now, the church family can try ZipRecruiter for free. Free, gratis. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/church, CHURCH. That's ZipRecruiter.com/church. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Yo.
And to my family,
My man, you gotta be 18 to be in here.
supplements out there. I came back yesterday, I was jacked up.
How old are you?
Deals from the flight high altitude. I took some new mood and an alpha brain, and I fucking took a nap. Tip-top my goop. I went over to the Chinese people and got a little massage, a $45 massage. I gave my little fucking acid I had in my muscles out. And I went home and I relaxed like a fucking savage. You know why? Because New Mood and Onnit made it happen. Go to Onnit.com right now and get 10% off for supplements. And tell them Uncle Joey sent you on the checkout. Press in church. Bam! CHURCH. And get 10% off your order delivered right to your house. Kick this motherfucking mule lead.
Right?
Oh, shit. What a better way to start a week than with fucking Theo Vaughn in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think about that?
Happy to be here on the church, man.
Great to see you, man.
Great to see you, my
Great
man.
things always. And, you're on your way up.
Following your footsteps, man.
Not my footsteps. It's just what happens when you work hard.
You're leaving these giant tracks out there,
It's just
man.
the results of fucking sticking with it, you know. I went to Denver this week.
Yeah.
And last Wednesday, we were leaving Thursday morning. And I didn't even know about what I was going to walk in myself into, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I did an edible with Lee Wednesday afternoon, and I went to my daughter's ballet class. And while I was sitting there, I had like a nervous breakdown. I get water from my wife. My wife did that. I didn't tell nobody, you know. I was going home. I was going back to Colorado to where I got on stage for the first time. Oh, that club was the first time. I got on stage for the first time at the Denver Comedy Works. And that night, I got like the full attitude of what? And I had to read down stage to the spot with Lee over at the fourth wall. Just to rant, you know, for 5 minutes, just because I was about to have a nervous fucking breakdown. I was going home. This is the place where I started. Like, people don't understand when you start in your home club, you're never going to get love there because they always remember you as you were.
Yeah.
So that people always have beefs with their home club.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like if you start in Dallas and the Dallas Improv, as you progress, they won't hire you. They'll hire you as a feature, and then they always remember you that way. So it's kind of weird to climb up a chain, and I was on my way on the chain at the Comedy Works.
Yeah.
I was doing spots, like 10-minute guest spots.
Yeah.
And there was this dude that worked there, and me and him were tight. Like, man, we were open micers together. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm going to the Rusty now. I'll see you there. Sorry, Jimmy and Beta. You know, it was like 10 open micers. They become friends.
Yo, what up? It's David.
And one night I'm at the Comedy Works.
Big Dog, can you hear me?
We do it.
It's David. Can you hear me? Yo, dog. Go fuck yourself.
Gavin Newsom doesn't care about poor people getting food. We did, he would have the highest fraud rate of any state in the union for food stamps. 16% is the fraud rate in the state of California. Federal reforms that I mentioned earlier are trying to tell California to crack down on fraud, do your damn job, do it right, only let people who are eligible for food stamps get the money, because otherwise you're taking food literally out of the hands and the mouths of poor people. And so California's being told they have to keep their fraud rate to 5%. Again, think about 5%. That's 1 out of 20 recipients being fraudulent. 1 out of 20. You're saying, yeah, 1 out of 20 screw up and waste money. No other industry or service sector in the world allows a 1 out of 20 error rate. It's like Delta Airlines saying 1 out of 20 of our flights will crap. Or Bank of America, 1 out of 20 checking accounts will be defrauded. You wouldn't think that. But here in the state of California, we're not just 1 out of 20. We're 3 out of 20. 3 out of 20 payments made for 1.5 out of 10 made for welfare food stamp assistance is fraudulent. Why are you surprised that presided over $30 billion of unemployment fraud during the pandemic? Shut down the economy and gave $30 billion to much fraudsters to pay his mistakes. You don't hear about that on the local TV news or the LA Times because they don't want to criticize him and hold him accountable. He can do no wrong. He's like Trump to reward him by protecting him. Can't do the job you have right now, Gavin. Why would you want to get the promotion?
Looking up the mic, we're hanging out, and I'm walking up the stairs like it used to be a little deeper then. She ran down when she saw me. She was one of those girls, she said, Theo, you know, they jump on you. And when she jumped, I grabbed her ass. Like she landed right there, but I didn't grab it maliciously. That's
a natural grab.
That's a natural grab.
Yeah.
He saw it, and he went to her and tried to convince her to go to management and say that I sexually harassed her. So they banned me from this club for 20 years.
No.
Then she never said nothing bad about me, Wendy. She just banned me. It was between me and her.
Yeah.
And she goes, I can't have you here because the attorneys and stuff are going to get involved. And it shattered me, but at the same time, it made me leave. A fly draw in that I have to leave campaign in my life. Like, things ain't getting better here.
Right.
They just getting worse every day. And if they cut my legs out with Comedy Works, the other 2 clubs sucked.
Right. You were done.
So I was done. So
Because you got to have something to prop you up.
They were C clubs.
Yeah.
The 3 remaining clubs were C clubs.
Yeah.
And they were going to feature me too. And what are you going to do? You're going to get $250 a week for the rest of your life and staying done with me in stock. So I made the move because of Wendy. When I bumped into her on one of those tours, those Dave Chappelle tours, you know, in the summertime, she asked me if I was mad. And I said, no. We made up. I told her she saved my life. I would have been in prison if she didn't ban me. And I'm back to headline. And it was just weird. 6 sold-out shows.
Wow.
In my backyard where I first fucking started. When'd you start?
I
What was
started.
the first stage you got on?
Yeah, I think I started actually in Louisiana, but only just briefly.
Is there a comedy scene?
There's nothing, bro. There's a lot of people, a lot of guys down there. They're just haters, really. When you get out of there, there's a lot of angry dudes there. You know?
Okay, what's the closest city to you? Baton Rouge. Used to have a funny bone. That fun you work in.
Oh yeah, I worked that close.
Okay.
Yeah.
When the girl was the manager.
When the guy, this guy named Tommy, he was a DJ as well. And he was the manager. You could get over there. It was like the first place ever featured for John Reed. And it was awesome.
How long did it take you to start featuring there?
I was featuring at like 3 years in. I was featuring just because I had like out of the gate. I had 15 minutes. You could stretch it at a bar. Drop some F-bombs, call somebody fat. Next thing you know, you're at 20 minutes. So like. I was stretching it pretty good down there. And then, I don't even remember. And then after a while, just stuck with it. But I can really imagine that feeling of going home and feeling some appreciation. Because sometimes it's like you get out there, you're the crab that got out of the pot for some people.
Well, then that's the other side. The other side of that was that's also the place I went to prison.
Yeah.
That's also the place where my daughter was born. That's also the place where I have my ex-wife. It's just a lot of mixture all going in. And then I get it, and I'm asking about the comics that I came up with. And one of them is around. They all got out of business. They all did this. And that gave me a different feeling. It gave me in a way that I stuck with it. Instead of quitting. Coming out of here, it was weird feeling,
What did you feel like? Oh, they're gonna look. I think I'm special because I'm still doing it.
it's just weird. Listen, man, I stuck with
Exactly on the film.
I wasn't gonna go back to my house. I was going to smoking drugs. And robbing people off the job. I was not equipped to have a day job. I just was not going to have a day job. I do a motherfucking day job.
Could you have it? Could you do comedy or fucking stabbing somebody? Honestly, no,
I just swear to God, I tried everything. I called bricklayer, electrician, carpenter. I was a fucking quarterback. I don't know how many bartending jobs I had. I don't know how many fucking jobs. I was starting shells. That's what I wanted to do. I can't tell you how many driving jobs I had at a hardware store. I can't fucking tell you guys that this was it. No, this was a year. It just chooses a year. I had no other options. I was 30. I was 28 years old. I had a felony. I was in the stock market. I was a lawyer. I was stock market. I was done. That was it. So I figured that worst case scenario, you could be a real comic. I make 6 to 7, 800 hours a week.
Haven't heard about that yet. Until now. Let's just go through the Bible.
4 nights a week, I moved out 3 nights a week. Sleep in your car and wear another camera. I'm dead serious about this. This is how disheveled I was inside at that time with the world. I just wanted to drive in a car. That's it. I just wanted to be alone for a couple of years in a fucking car. And guess what? That's exactly what I did. I was in a car for 5 fucking years in a car. Some nights I slept in a car. Some nights in a hotel. Some nights in people's couches. And do I regret it all? Fuck no. Fuck no. In projection. It makes this shit seem like nothing.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It makes you start to own, like, whatever. Like, no matter what you put me through or say to me, I've created enough shit in my own life that you don't even know about.
I got arrested at 6 o'clock. I saw the show started at 9. And now it's something for people like this. But everyone is of the opinion that it's work for a person
I was doing
who
C-level work, David German work.
but let's
You know, anybody who had one-liners, I took the duck stand over. Format, took the small stand over, didn't stand up, wasn't busting his ass in New York. Bringing 5 people to a fucking show. Stand up started in Vegas. You gotta get the improv feature at the end. He was, you know, he got sticking back. Just mimic somebody else. Yeah, I just mimic somebody else. When I saw I met him at the feature at Comedy Club. So it was the house MC. He was a headliner because he had done a spot evening at the improv. It was different. I don't know, he was a headliner now. And then I didn't see him again.
And he said it's really the same thing as Steve and Aragona, except that it comes more
about this fucking kid that's ripping up the fucking room. I mean, there was amongst chitter-chatter. And they kept saying, his name is Doug Stanley. I know that motherfucker. He slept in my house one night. He was so cool. I was the house MC at the ball and broke. It was part of a triple work. You know what David Triple is? Yeah, he's a fucking Pacific Northwest. So he used to work Tuesdays was the program. Wednesday he went off. That sucks for a comic.
That's what they spend all the money on Tuesday.
That sucks for a comic. You only get for those nights. That time he was giving you $125 a night, and he paid you $50 up front and $75 in the jack draw.
The mayor, who goes to a judge right now, he essentially said,
that's it. No, you don't have to either figure out if the headliner was cool. I had a condo. I let them stay there. There was a couple guys who would stay there that were just cool. They left them to stand over the one of those guys. So,
What was he like? Do you remember kind of what he was like? Or what?
at that time, he was young. He was just young as a kid. He was just a wise ass kid. When I first saw him, I was 29.
but then finds out.
Yeah, maybe 29, because this is,
But then he finds out.
yeah, this is 1991 is when I last, 92 is when I met Doug Stanley, 92, and then again, 93, and then I lost the job, and I never saw him again, and like I said, I had big rings of him, and then he won the San Francisco Comedy Competition, now he was not working the punchlines, he wasn't working, nobody was hiring that motherfucker,
He popped out of nowhere.
his act
Now
was
it
so
happens to
fucking
be,
cool.
you were to make
And
all the
he was,
trouble
you know,
fine,
when you get the
but
big
for the
word
one
in trouble, there's
outside,
certain things that
outside the
are
Kippa, it's really
with
initially
Ryan Edge, you
formed.
can't go to those fucking places.
And then
They
finds
have
out.
more hotels.
And the security
You know,
goes,
you
what
know,
the other.
Provo, Utah. And it's a red
You
Ryan
never
Edge.
find out about it, you still
Don't tell
totally
you that
oblivious.
just
And this
never the
promotion,
paperwork.
he holds like a
This
similar
is the
section
language.
with the stars.
People get offended. Then the next night they have a room that says,
Initially what
this is
they're
the
for.
active room.
Yeah.
Something's thrown at you, get off the stage late, contact the management, or go to the hospital. You're like, what?
Now, others been seeing it from there.
No, it's never, you know, it's
Other now they
but
want to know
like I didn't know snow
Now,
winter.
the truth is, it's
You
a
have to
secret.
follow
The last couple of
and they
years,
were all
we've been
followed.
quoting the picture of Conor
And
anyway.
then the
So
fucking
here,
shows end and they
it's
turn
actually
into a
where
disco.
the mayor
And it's
only
just
calls
white
here to
people, but there's always three black guys that suck
they
dick,
come
and
up
their
with
dick
the
sucks.
Kapara.
And it's the redneck all furious at the black
Now, I'm
people.
going to talk about the
You know, I mean, it's fucking crazy. It's an adventure in itself.
We
You know,
answer
I went on
on success.
a triple
So
run
here,
for probably
who's
8
here?
months.
Sometimes it's
That's
called
all I
Sawyer,
lived
it's
on
plain old
was triple
Sawyer.
runs.
In other places it says
2 weeks of a shot, stay on the road,
No.
live off the fat away for fucking 2 days in your car, going to the movies and sneaking into other movies and staying in there all day, living off Subway sandwiches and veggie cheese. Type of shit.
What do you miss about that?
So Parshas Pentecost, we leave this
What do I
actually every
miss
year
about
show.
I know it's kind of a
The
general
problem
question,
is important
but
is it starts
Yeah.
with in Parak Chavtas to the Rosh Hashanah, Hashem goes to the Kabbalah to Rosh Hashanah. This is Parak Chavtas in Parshas
It's
Pentecost,
one of
Sefer
the
B'Midbar.
best
The
places you
Barak
could ever put
Hashem,
yourself
the
in your
lists
life.
all the Karbanos, and then the pasuk Tetzbah
Not
that
knowing
says, because you got balls of a child. You got the balls of a child. You'll never take a chance. You don't ever.
You don't know.
You don't understand what that's like.
And the regular.
You get safe. A lot of times I feel like I get safer as I get older.
When you come up to me and your bank account is 12.5 and you tell me that you're broke. You know, there's people that think they can. They got 13,000 in their bank account. You know, every day of the day, bitch. Yeah, I'm talking about $50 is what I own. This car is what I own. Yeah, I wake up in the morning, I don't know the stars and I make it to the next game. But guess what? I'm going to try my hardest now. I'm fucking professional. Yeah. That is level to put yourself in your life. If you're real good and you're in your life, in love with this art, one day you tell me this. I'm not doing my best. I'm going to roll my fucking savings and roll $50 a fucking night. And you know what? I'm not going to take a day job. I love this so much. I throw away savings. My school loans are paid. I don't know any money. You know what? That's like to just disappear. The fucking car with everything you own. Give away your bed, your fucking TV, give away everything. I go on this. That takes a different mental. When I got in that car in June of 1995, that was the best thing I ever did in my life. Like I had been out of the cold before, I had been alone before. That was a completely different feeling. I was living off what I loved for the first time in my life. Now what I had to do to pay the fucking shitty bills and to put in loans and to pay for fucking shit I didn't fucking need a fucking TV or cable TV. You know what it is to disconnect yourself. For people to have conversations about TV, you don't even fucking know. But you know what the best thing is about it? You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck because you're out there getting on stage every fucking night. You don't give a fuck. You think I give a fuck from 95 to 2002. I didn't watch fucking. I didn't even know what the fuck TV was. I didn't give a fuck about basketball. I didn't give a fuck about nothing. I gave a fuck about music. Yeah, because that's all I could do was listen to the car. Keep it going. Audio again. There was a cassette deck. It's like to be in a hotel in Michigan where next door you hear people fucking and 2 doors down each being yeah. But it doesn't matter because you want to do what you love so much. That is a fucking feeling that people live all their lives and they never fucking experience a love in something. Trying to be that good at something that there's nothing to it. There's no guarantee you're going to get into this. If I go to school to be a doctor, after that I could be an assistant. You know what? I don't want to be a doctor, but I'm not fucking homeless.
The Grace Angeles area, he was ways out.
Well, you take when you take a gun from life as a man, you take a life. That takes you to a different level in your life. That puts you in a different perspective. That puts you in a different world. You have no disregard for human life. How you do it again? Every time you have a beef with somebody, I come up here and I just shoot you in the fucking. Every time I have a beef with somebody, that takes you to a different level.
That makes sense.
Not knowing where you're. Now I had tons of practice about not knowing where you're free. I used to wake up a little dime and no breakfast on the oven until 5 o'clock.
Reconditioned.
I didn't even realize I would force myself to make money by 5 o'clock to get the Charlie's back there breakfast money. You know, $7 that I take a just to get the party started. You get 20 seconds on the bar, get cocktails, see what's going on. Listen, I got watches, I got my white loose. Let's mix up that big deal for the next one. I got loads of $1 and $3. You need $1. That's for sure. I got 50 right there. Give me 4. He wants 25 and 250. I just made $45. I just got the breakfast. And I can have 2 or 3 quick drinks. And I get a $20 sack of coke. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy loads of sell. Tablet. Give me 50. Because my money, I'm going to flip the other ones and make $4 up and down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it started at noon, so you made $46. $46. When you wake up not knowing, yeah, $1,000 in the
Yeah.
You know,
That's the lottery when you get something. Yeah.
you don't like houses when I was in the attic, but I was working every fucking night. Right? I was working. There were 2 Mexican rooms in the car, no insurance, no registration, you understand me? And every time the fucking black lady would go to the end of the song, probably when I got a ticket, I had $2,000 on that fucking car, and it wasn't even worth it. It was the chance to drink this thing.
Dude, that's the best, man. That's one thing I do remember about, like, just being a little younger, a little more carefree was shit.
You don't give a fuck. I'm just like,
Yeah. Oh, dude. This guy named Andy.
We couldn't be an adult.
Fire to a house fire to get some. Yes, he was. Thinking he ran back in to get a little bit of this. Got fucked up pretty good. But yeah, man, I miss feeling like I had time to just waste if I wanted to, or just, just that freedom of being like, the next 5 years, anything can happen.
right now, if I didn't have mercy in my wife, we would give up the fucking occupied late. We'd be on a plane Wednesday night on the red eye. Playing Thursday, sleep all day, do 2 shows. Thursday, get on another plane, do 2 shows. Friday, get on another plane, do 2 shows. Saturday, 3 times a fucking month.
Yeah.
And so we ain't even coming back on fucking Sunday. We're going to the city and hang out.
Costa Rica.
No, I'm not going to fucking Costa Rica. What I'm saying is,
I can see it.
let's say I play Andy for a few days. Fucking out West Palm, Brooklyn, Tampa.
Yeah.
Stay in Miami. Eat
What
fucking
child is
get some
watching?
sun on Wednesday. Daily up to 10.
Yeah.
You're out of town for 2 weeks. You know, to come home, we can do a podcast on the road. That would be a big deal right now. I would love to be able to do that. I would do anything. I mean, I would give up my family right for anything on the road. But if I didn't have mercy on my wife, I'd go on the road old school, just get out. 3 weeks a shot. 3 weeks, fucking stay out there. Leave your cover for 3 weeks. We're doing podcasts in Miami, Tampa, Atlanta, Georgia, or fucking DC. And then come home after 3 weeks, stay out, unless you have a audition or something. Ain't no reason I really come home.
Yeah, get it done. There really isn't.
There really isn't. There
There
really
really
isn't.
isn't a reason. I get up every time I get back. I'm like, what am I here for? Just clean clothes, just to see some friends, to go to the comedy store. It's the only thing that keep me really, enjoying the atmosphere, man. Yeah, I miss doing good drug. I miss doing LSD, man. LSD was always something I would do more of as a child, Dude, I miss doing drugs when you were young, bro, because you didn't know what they were doing. We didn't know a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. I feel good, better. I feel a little bit more emotionally okay. My biggest thing was I wasn't addicted to drugs or alcohol, but I was addicted to feeling bad about myself. And when I would get to certain places in those feelings and use drugs, I just ended up doing drugs by myself. Because by myself, the only place I still felt comfortable, and I could do drugs, which made me feel good. So,
Remember antisocial issues like I have?
yeah, it would just get bad. Yeah, and there wasn't anything good because I didn't have any, resources built up that made me feel okay.
When you go to the comedy store, is there an anchor at the comedy store that suits you?
Yeah, Adam Eggett.
There's always Adam is the booker.
Yeah, Booker.
But is there, like, when I see you, you get joy?
Oh, yeah, I feel good when I see you.
I need an anchor at the store. That's why I'm at the store sometimes during the week. You go down there and it's empty. And it's a great audience and stuff, but don't empty.
Makes you feel, yeah.
You feel like your anchors aren't there. That's when I get anxiety. Anchors aren't there. When I'm solo, when I'm up, no Ari, no Joe, no nobody. I know Ari Griffin, I know Neil Brennan, I love him to death. Right. But then not the guy I hang out with, you know a lot. I mean, I don't know Eric forever. I should get him on the podcast. I want to see him. I want to get him on the podcast, but it's funny how sometimes you go to the store, there's nobody there. And I go to Flappers, and I see young comics, and I get happy. Yeah, I've been still writing for 2 years and 3 years. Sometimes I go to improv. Not even meant to be, like I just created marijuana laws. In the late 90s, they created this with the play. They still do it. Marijuana was bumped into that guy. I hadn't seen him in 10 years.
Yeah, that's a joy, seeing people, you know. I mean, yeah, we go up there, it's like, yeah, I love seeing, you know, certain people. Makes you feel good. Certain people I know I can talk. People I know are always around. Like Tripoli, I can always talk to Tripoli a little bit because he's always hot on a new conspiracy theory. You know, somebody's, you know, fucking kids for cheeseburgers or something out in Milwaukee or something. You know, there's always something wild. I saw Syed, I think, where was it the other night? You just got enough big comedy. Where was that at? The store? Maybe it was either the store, maybe Sam's Room. Yeah, that was exciting, man. That was crazy. That was awesome. That lifted my spirits, huh? Yeah, there's just, yeah, sometimes you just get so excited to see. And I feel safe there. I feel safe at the store. There's some places I go, I still feel a little bit nervous. But the comedy store, I feel safe there.
When I go to a new town, I feel that whenever I go anywhere. When the first night I was getting bad at Friday, Thursday, and Friday night at the fucking Comedy Works. Yeah. But once you get up there, the anxiety becomes.
It must have felt good, bro, walking out on that stage, man.
Well, it always feels good when you walk on the stage, but it's so weird. That fear that you have before you go up, how lips, it's full of lips as soon as you touch them. It goes into the microphone. And you hear a flow and energy. And when you do stand-up comedy, that's what you see.
Yeah.
And when you go to yoga, they talk about energy and this and this and this, and feeling your body, and I feel big.
Yeah.
I feel I can't breathe, I can't carry myself, I'm kind of pounded. That's what I feel. When I'm on stage is the transformation of anxiety and fear into a little bit of anger, a little bit of rage, a little bit of funny. Yeah. That journey teaches you how to take that fear. I was once you stop it, you're scared no more, stay no more. That's the day you go in.
I had a lot of anger for years. A lot of my on stage, it was anger. It was like, I want to shoot people. You know, if there was something wrong, it was just anger that was separate in my life. It had nothing to do with the stage. And only recently, in the past couple of years, has it become more, you know, I feel a responsibility. Like I have a gift a little bit from God to communicate. I don't know, this may be the facet that's always in comedy, I don't know. But that I have to use this gift to, you know, help just somehow make it used to just be me. It was like, I'm here to just show, you know, just prove and do this. And maybe that was the thing that I needed to say to survive in this. But now I feel more comfortable knowing, like, hey, you know, I still get nervous for sure, especially when I'm trying a new stage. My feet are touching a new stage for the first time. It's like a big deal. But I do feel more now like, okay, this is a team effort. These people, they want to have fun, and I enjoy it as much as I thought everybody was here. And I'm here to help them have a good time. We're going to work together. I feel that vibe more now.
When you first started, were you frustrated at one point? I was fucking angry. You were frustrated with the system. You were fighting yourself.
I was frustrated with my life, dude. I was frustrated. I was just angry. You know, I had that kind of like, you know, I think I had a little bit of that poor white anger. you know, the same type of just, you know, nobody gives a fuck about poor white people in America, it seems like, you know, except for poor white people. So, you know, I had a little bit of that angst. You know, I knew, dude, I'm so fucking crazy poor white people. You know, the dude, no arms, they had a dude in our town, no arms, used to fucking fight everybody. And he'd get you in that little, he would catch you with his, between his chin and his nails, neck, like a snake. And he would just get you like that, bro. And he would choke you down. No arms at all. He'd fight anybody, dude. And he would choke you. He would choke you. How would block? Oh, bro. He spin out of it. He spin, he ducked, he dodged. The dude had fuck. I mean, he just. Oh, he just lurch at you. Listen, bro, these things he was a.